Hello, this is Jared playing Oxygen Not Included on Cycle 21, and I just reviewed where I have been. We've got a stable that's been being populated, and I'm going to get more over time collecting eggs down here. Having the dupes put in some tiles here, partially just for avoiding this all melting away on us in the future, but also makes it so that they can travel along that path a little bit quicker. I'm thinking of going over here and building a ladder to maybe explore up. Oh, didn't even notice that there is a cool salt slush geyser. Okay, well, that's interesting. But I'm probably going to want to put tiling out here before I do that, so we'll go and do that. But I'm also realizing that I have not paid any attention to morale. Which is fine right now, just 2% stress, but as I start to give more skills, we're going to get into a bit of an issue. But yeah, I should be able to easily handle that. Let's get a Great Hall and a Nature Reserve, and I always start off a game thinking where some of my wild plants are going to be for that, and I did not do that this time, but I do see that there's a bunch of wild plants down here. Probably any that are under snow I shouldn't rely on, so maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. This area here should do well with that, and I'll put that around the center of the base, and then morale should be taken care of. Well, let's do the tiling first, and then I'll get to those two things. So noticing this upgrade is taking a little bit longer than usual, probably because we have to go way down here to get a lot of our resources. So I'm going to start to dig out some granite rather right down here, and then I'm going to have it transported into the storage bin. Once I've got a bunch here, then we'll go and try to keep building all these tiles. Hopefully that's going to save a little bit of time. Well, now that I've got some granite located here, we can continue replacing some of these tiles. And I also think I'll put a little automation to turn this wood heater off now that I've got that running when no dupes are in the area. So putting the door over here, or just beneath the wood heater so it can be disabled once I've got no dupes in the room. Just make sure that this is running the way I expect. I think I need a NOT gate. Yeah, that's the idea there. With that, we're going to do some research to make sure that we can get a nature reserve. And let's see where we are. That gives us the ability to get a park sign. Now I'll concentrate on where I'm going to put in a Great Hall and a nature reserve, which should greatly up morale, so we can start enhancing skills without worrying about stress going way, way up. With more tiling around, we are putting up a spot for a Great Hall. It should be right next to the cooking area. I figure we'll have a floating water cooler up here. We have to make sure we get some sort of decoration. So we'll have a flower pot, and within a little bit of time we'll have that ready, and then I can concentrate on the nature reserve. So we've got a Great Hall available. Got 8 spots. I'm going to stay at 8 dupes for the next little bit, bringing in the looms quartz so that dupes can see. And now we are setting up a central nature reserve. I'm just going to have it end up here. Park sign's going to be going down here, capturing at least 4 wild plants. And as long as that's under 120, we should be good on that side of things. We're at the end of cycle 24. We now have a nature reserve. That's thanks to some wild plants down here. And, a little slippy down here. Maybe we'll address that. A little bit of snow. Not that I think these dupes are going to come down here too often. Make sure I don't take out any wild plants. I think that's far enough. Alright, so with that, just looking at oxygen levels seem okay, but I think it would be a little bit safer. We've got 2 electrolyzers running. Figure we'll put in a third with insulated pipes. And then I'll figure out where we're going to go from there. Maybe take this out as well. We've got water going up to our 3rd electrolyzer. Now I'm making plans to split this circuitry in 2. So we'll have one that's going to power, one transformer that's going to power pump, electrolyzer, actually 2 electrolyzers and this pump over here. And then we'll have everything else down there. Well, now that we've got electrical circuits split in 2, we're starting to put in a pathway over here so I can get to my plan of exploring up and down this direction with a little bit more efficiency getting back and forth before we get to that. So now that I've got this pathway a little bit quicker, fortunately we've got some liquid carbon dioxide, but first thing I'm going to grab is to wrangle this guy so that he can be brought down here so we can get some of that reed fiber. I'll do the same thing, don't have access to this guy yet, but I'll dig out a path to get down there. Trying to avoid going down here just because there's some ice I don't want to remove, so we'll go in this direction instead. So we've got some tiling here, and before I go down, I figured it's probably a good idea to get some gas masks together. But with that, we need a pump and filtration, so I'm going to, well, also realize I did not make that insulated pipes, so I'm going to first fix that, and then once that's in there, I'll set up another electrolyzer. This is going to be specifically one to pump in some oxygen so that we can feed gas masks and other things going forward. Be cool if there's a little trick to this. Don't know of any myself, but I have to dig all this out. Be nice if I could kind of put something right there with all the snow on top of it, but nonetheless, we're going to seal that off for the reason of just making sure hydrogen doesn't fill up all this space. I want hydrogen to go in this direction. I actually probably should do that as well. So now I'm putting in the actual filtration system. I just put two pumps together, connected the heavy watt wire, obviously, and doing a power efficient way of getting that oxygen, hoping I get all the components in here. If I do, I'll be able to send some oxygen down here and be able to get down into this direction without worrying about lots of carbon dioxide. Actually, should also worry about lots of hydrogen. Wasn't expecting that. I guess we're not needing a lot of power. That's probably just being backed up there. That should easily be able to be taken care of, at least in the short term, with a gas reservoir. Maybe through that right there. Just before I connect this system so it turns on, I figure we'll make sure that we have some water going to this electrolyzer. Otherwise, this could be pumping a very low oxygen area in, which isn't the best. Also realize that I've got some reed fiber, so might as well get a textile loom. I'm going to have a goal of making sure everyone has warm coats. I think most of the dupes do, but a few more could definitely have it. Alright, I think we're at the point I can turn this oxygen system on. We'll give this a quick test to see if it seems to be running correctly. So we should be getting oxygen in here. If that's detected as oxygen, it starts to load into this zone. Otherwise, there's an example of something going out that's non-oxygen. Okay, perfect. That's what I want to see. Now I will get a crafting station so we can get some gas masks created. And we'll have a oxygen line going all the way down to feed a few of these gas masks here. Make sure that we block off this door so we don't confuse the direction of gas masks in and out. And I think we'll be in gas mask business soon. So now that we've got oxygen going into a few gas masks, the next goal is just to dig a path down to this guy and bring him up to get more warm coat, or another warm coat. I think that's going to make it such that everyone but one dupe will have a warm coat. So hopefully we're going to find another one of these. Oh, weird. Vacuum. Okay, we've got to explore what's going on down here. So we've got a mammoth that's been wrangled, and this little vacuum bubble is a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be. I don't know how far along it goes, but we also have some sedimentary and obsidian, though we have to be careful if we go down. Well, we do have gas masks, actually. So this is kind of ideal. We are starting to get low oxygen, at least now that we're pumping that into gas masks. That's probably because I did not automate this little setup over here. So I'm going to actually permanently have that set to water, but have this door block access. And as long as I make it so that this is an exit-only door, that should be fine. Maybe we'll make that around 25-20%. That way I won't have to monitor that anymore, which is really nice. A little bit of good news, we didn't have to go too far to find another Mammoth. That's going to make it such that we'll have a warm coat covering everyone. So now that we got the water running once again, now I'm expanding the power, so we'll have 2 hydrogen generators. Hold on, what's going on? Good power issue here. I think that's just going to be solved with the extra hydrogen generator. Oh yeah, that's because these guys are sucking out so much power. Alright, well with that, we can now explore a ladder going up and down. Another quartz to grab there. Oh, another Mammoth, which might as well wrangle at the moment. I think we're going to have enough reed fiber check for warm coats. We've got one more. So that sprout, one more of those need to be generated. And we have found the teleportation equipment. I think that's going to be something we'll get into next time. I might just look to wrap things up, see if there's any last minute things I want to do before calling it a day. I am now taking on the 9th dupe. This is going to be Dart, kind of a multi-purpose dupe. It's able to run, build, and dig. Reason I'm taking them on is because now that I see that there's teleportation equipment, I want someone specifically designed for that, because pretty much everyone has their place on this particular base, so I don't want to take anyone away. Anyways, it also gets them to maybe upgrade one of their skills. Probably the first skill that they'll need is digging when they get over to this new world. I think I'm going to finish off today with just checking out what a few of the geysers are. That's not too far from the base. And then we'll leave it there. So over here we've got an infectious polluted oxygen vent. Probably not going to utilize that just yet. Let's go after and see what this geyser is. Over here we've got a cool slush geyser. Might be actually kind of useful shortly in time. Oh, and we've got a little bit of ethanol. That'll definitely be useful as well. Up in this direction, I see 2 geysers, one here and here. So let's go see what these are all about. So up in this direction, I see an active steam vent. That might cause a bit of an issue. So you know what? We'll go and seal this guy off. Gotta be a little careful we don't get too hot up there, but I think we're going to be okay. Down here, we've got natural gas. I don't believe this guy can vent out anything, but that will definitely be useful later on. Yeah, no, let's go ahead and make this a priority. Meanwhile, down at the other corner, I figured we might as well dig out this. This guy can vent out some polluted water. And I see a little bit of oxygen issues, so some gas masks are going in over here. Well, we have made it to cycle 38. I think that's where we're going to leave it for now. This whole vacuum area down here seems to be really big, so I'm definitely going to explore that next time. The other thing is I see that we've got access to a spigot seal, definitely going to be something useful, along with the bonbon tree, so we'll be getting taking advantage of that, but we got to get a little bit further. Also, I've got a plan to get over to this teleportation equipment. That's definitely something I'll be getting into next time. But what, 88,000 calories of food. Let's look at oxygen. Oxygen is pretty good. I would say everything is looking pretty good. We will see. Oh, a little gift here. We'll end up getting some sort of blueprint. Probably a duplicate of something I've had before. Oh, no. Actually, that is new. Anyways, interesting balloon. All right, well, thanks everyone for watching, liking, subscribing. Hopefully I will see you next time where we'll find out where I decide to go from this point. Until then.